stops us in our tracks. Bravely we prove in our striving, trudging together each day. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Good afternoon. I've been busy. I haven't really been working though. I haven't really been working. I had to write a couple emails. I had to reply to some emails. That was about it. That's all I did. But it's nice because everybody's on boards. Makes it a little bit easier. And give you an idea. So I'm dealing with Adams County Aurora Mental Health, right? And they're kind of two separate meetings. And mine was one from Adams County, and I invited her to the meeting if she wanted to go. She's like, well, you're going to be talking about your, because I wasn't treated very well while I was working at Detox. And, you know, it wasn't like somebody in particular was making my job. No, it was the overall experience. And, you know, that will also lead to, the solution, because you know you really shouldn't you know, when I do this I can't approach them without a solution, right? Gotta do that because we're solution oriented people now, and I do have a solution for them. And you know, it's weird because even sorry, I just don't like when people hop on, don't like me and leave. Yeah, so I'll give you an idea. Like the people that work at Detox, they have bachelor's degrees. Well, what happens to them if I replace them with recovered people? What happens to them? Well, see, we'll have success. That means we'll need more treatment. And then they can go work at treatment with willing alcoholics and addicts, and now they can do their job. Then they will go home satisfied. Then they'll have a good day at work, right? I'm thinking of them. You bet. It takes a tribe, man, right? But there's a system. You know, we recovered and you don't even need to be recovered to help another alcoholic go on a 12-step call. You have a week, you have a couple days, man. In fact, you'll probably get through to them quicker than I will. So what are we? Well, it talks about us in the doctor's opinion. It says frothy emotional appeal seldom suffices. In order to convince an alcoholic, you must have depth and weight. And that's us. We are the depth and weight. So let's get to chapter 7. I also asked AI to help us out a little bit. So let's see what AI has to say. I'll do some introductions here. The AI is like anything else. If you use it as a tool, and what I did is I said, give me some highlights on chapter 7 from Alcoholics Anonymous, and this is what it gave me. So let's go ahead and do introductions. Welcome to the Daily Trudge. I am Dion. Yeah, did I spell Daily? Okay. Thought I spelled Daily wrong. If so, it would have been that way for years, so we would have said something. If you're here, please say hello. Even if you're watching the rewatch. All right. I'm feeling a little unpopular. That's all right. I will get over it. The thing is, the counter works, but it doesn't work. So there may even be people here. I don't know. Half the time the chat don't work. So you may be chatting and I'm going, blah, 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 blah. Let me set up one more thing. There we go. Okay. So according to AI, chapter 7 of Alcoholics Anonymous big book is titled Working with Others, and emphasizes on the crucial role of actively helping other alcoholics in maintaining one's own sobriety, highlighting that the most reliable way to start sober is by actively working with newcomers and sharing your experience to support their recovery journey. Yeah, even a week. This is why I'm okay with newcomers talking at meetings. This is why. Now, I grew up around you weren't allowed to talk for the first 30 days. So if you slipped, man, you couldn't talk about it. And it's changed. I'm kind of glad that it did. You know. But here we are not talking about sharing in AA meetings. We're talking about a 12th step call. A 12th step call. Ding-a-ling-a-ling. Hi, Dion. We have somebody that needs some help. Are you available? Yes, I am. I'll be right there. That's what it is, right? It encourages reaching out to others who are struggling with alcoholism and providing them with support and guidance you received when you were new to the program. All right. Key points from chapter 7. You can't keep it if you don't give it away. This phrase encapsulates the core idea that by helping others, you solidify your own recovery. Dr. Bob says that what he does is he takes out a little bit more insurance against the next possible slip. That's what he says. So I tell you right now, about the time I decide to wrap this up, everybody's gonna fucking show up. You watch. Importance of personal connection. Sharing your own experience with alcoholism can build trust and make you uniquely relatable to newcomers. Now, I don't like that they're putting newcomers in here because they're incorrect on that. Because when you think newcomer, what are you thinking? You're thinking of an AA meeting. It's not what we're talking about here. So they're a little off, but that personal connection, what also does? You're telling on yourself. You're reiterating to yourself every time you help another alcoholic, you are reiterating your step 1. And it solidifies to you that you are definitely an alcoholic. Now, why do we need that reminder? Because my forgetter works best. That's why. Focus on service, not self-promotion. Avoid trying being an evangelist or reformer. You see it all over now, don't you? Yeah. Instead, focus on genuinely supporting others with compassion and understanding. Practical guidance for helping others. The chapter provides actionable steps on how to approach and connect with alcoholics seeking help, including reaching out to medical professionals and support networks to find potential individuals. Now they got it. Now they got it. That is correct. Benefits of helping others. Engaging with newcomers can bring a sense of purpose, new friendships, and renewed perspective on your own recovery. Yeah, what happens when you talk to a newcomer and you're listening to them and they're talking about stuff that you went through also, it just confirms things for you. And then what happens is you can see your progress. Oh, shit. Yeah, they're going to help you with understanding that you're making progress. Now let's go to the book. Practical experience shows that nothing, absolutely fucking nothing, will so much ensure immunity from drinking as intensive work with other alcoholics. It works when other activities fail. This is our 12th suggestion. Carry this message to alcoholics. You can help when no one else can. You can secure their confidence when others fail. Remember, they are very ill. Life will take on new meaning to watch people recover, to see them help others, to watch loneliness vanish, to see a fellowship grow up about you, to have a host of friends. This is an experience you must not miss. We know you will not want to miss it. Frequent contact with newcomers and with each other is a bright spot of our lives. I'm going to do a little skipping here because I feed off people and there's nobody here and I'm losing my gumption to want to do this. So when dealing with such a person, you had better use everyday language to describe spiritual principles. There is no use in arousing any prejudice he may have against certain theological terms and conceptions about which he may already be confused. Don't raise such issues no matter what your own convictions are. Now, this is a good spot to talk about with a newcomer. This is how I approach it. I don't wait for them because they're just gonna. Because the thing is okay. This is the way that I kind of see it. If I don't bring it up, then they're gonna think I'm trying to hide something from them. It's a sales tactic. See, in sales, I would be selling something, and after I'd done a few presentations or pitches, whatever you want to call them, I would get certain questions every single time. So I started putting them in my pitch. And what that did is it created trust. Because they're like, oh, this person kind of knows their stuff. Because I was going to ask that question, but they covered it for me. Okay. That's how we avoid rebuttals. So what do I do? Well, Mr. Newcomer, just so you know, there's no right or wrong answer to this. All it does is help me help you more. But how do you feel about God? And just leave it at that. How do you feel about God? You're going to get an answer. You're going to get an answer. I'm going to tell you, it doesn't matter what the answer is. It doesn't matter what the answer is. You're talking about it. That's all that matters at this point. What am I doing? What am I trying to do? I'm trying to help them make a connection to their own higher power by remembering them, even if they're angry. When I leave, they're going to think about God, though. They brought up that God thing. Okay? But since there was no wrong answer, they're not going to get angry with me about it. They're going to think on that a little bit. You're going to find most times, well, it varies. It varies. I'm not going to say most of the time because, I work with atheists. I've got a preacher's son. I've got, people that just, spirituality. For me, when it came to God, I was raised Mormon, and, they would talk about damnation and hell and fire and all that. If you sin, this is going to, and I never believed it. I just didn't believe. I did not get that feeling from God. I didn't. I've never felt that God has picked on me, set me up. I've never felt that. So now I went the other way and said that God doesn't want me. All right. Outline the program of action explaining how you made a self-appraisal, how you straightened out your past, and why you are now endeavoring to be helpful to him. It is important for him to realize that your attempt to pass this on to him plays a vital part in your own recovery. Yeah, bring it up. They're gonna wonder, why in the hell is this person doing this? And an alcoholic ain't gonna trust you. So tell him. Just tell him it's okay. I'm gonna let you know now why I'm here. Because I'm an alcoholic. Don't say just like you or anything like that. You do not call a person an alcoholic. That's name calling until they admit it themselves. Okay. And I'm here because every time I give this away, I ensure my sobriety. So that's why I'm here. Because you're helping me. You're reminding me that it doesn't work out there. And thank you for that. I know. Hurts a little bit, huh? But what are we? We're depth and weight, man. Okay, you cannot appease everything. Quit patting people on the head and telling them it's going to be okay when they come in the program. It is not okay. No, it is not okay. That's the whole point. You're just going to help them stay in denial. We do something like that. That's how I kind of feel about the new Plain English big book that came out today. Yeah. I think it's codependency. I really do. And I will not work with anybody in that book. I'm sorry. I tell you now, it's going to fall apart. It's not going to work. I never even got to vote on it. All right. All right. I think I'm just going to go to the end here. And then I'm going to wrap it up. Your job now is to be the place where you may be of maximum helpfulness to others. So never hesitate to go anywhere if you can be helpful. You should not hesitate to visit the most sordid spot on earth on such an errand. Keep on the firing line of life with these motives, and God will keep you unharmed. See, I knew it. I called it. Amber. I said, as soon as I say I'm going to wrap up, people will show up. I just said it. I look up and you're here. No. That's okay. I'll go ahead. I'm going to go back a paragraph. Because I know Amber really likes this part of the big book. So I'll do that because you showed up. No. I was feeling a little lonely. It isn't so much that I mind whether people are here or not. It's just when nobody's here. I'm an emotional vampire, man. I do this shit based off your emotions. When I speak, I am basing what I am saying, what I am doing, based on the emotions of the people in the audience. I don't know how I do it, but I do. So, all right. So let's go back because I know Amber likes this part and she's supporting me, so I'm going to do something nice for her. Why sit with a long face in place where there is drinking, sighing about the good old days? If it is a happy occasion, try and increase the pleasure of those there. That's it. I'm going to brag on you a little bit here, Amber. See, that's what Amber does. She has a good attitude when she goes to these places. She does this better than I do, I can tell you that. Sometimes people are like, are you going? I'm like, fuck no. But Amber be like, yeah, I'll go and we'll make it better. All right. If a business occasion, go and attend to your business enthusiastically. Yeah, I have a good attitude, man. Nobody wants to see my long face moping around the fucking bar or in groups or in these other places. They don't want it. Right? Oh, poor dear. Poor dear, not getting his alcohol. Oh, pour me another drink. Well, if you are with a person who wants to eat at a bar, by all means, go along. Now, it's a little different, right? I mean, you go to Applebee's or whatever. Everything's better. Everything Amber. It'll be the new one. It's a spin-off from Everything AA. I say the same thing. Okay, it's time to party. Dion's here. I tell my wife all the time, you know what happens? Because I'm Dion. It's just a Virgo thing. And we're joking. Kinda. There's a part of it that I'm serious. Okay, but I have to laugh at it because I may believe it, but I know it's not right. And I know it. You know what I mean? It's a character defect, and I'm not going to utilize it. Let your friends know they are not to change their habits on your account. I have to do that. So you have to find that this is what I've seen. I have not experienced it because I just didn't have many friends, especially drinking friends. If they are non-alcoholic, they're not going to give you any shit. In fact, the friends that I did have were happy. They're like, okay, I'm willing to talk to you again because now you're not being an asshole. Yeah, I got a few of those. So I find people are pretty supportive. I've never, I can't recall anyway. Nobody's ever asked me why I don't drink. It should have. I'm sure it's happened. Yeah. My usual one is I break out. I break out windows, I break out doors, and I break out in handcuffs. Like, oh, okay. Yeah, here's a Coke. If they persist, just make it hurt. Okay, all right. Well, go ahead and give me that drink, and when I'm done, I'm just going to sock you in the fucking face. How about that? Because that's what's going to happen by the end of the night. Because you've already pissed me off. All right. At a proper time and place, explain to all your friends why alcohol disagrees with you. They already know. I love when people are like, yeah, my friends and family, they didn't really know about my drinking. Bullshit. 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 You just ignored what they said, and then they couldn't get through to you. That's not true. They all know you're drinking. Okay? My family, even if, let's say I went 9 months or however long, I can tell you right now, if I took one drink and I was around my kids and they didn't see me take it, they would know automatically. My wife would know automatically. I become such a different person. They will know automatically. First, it'll be the elation. Dion will be overly happy because he got what he wanted in his brain. They will know. Yep. If you do this thoroughly, few people will ask you to drink. While you were drinking, you were withdrawing from life little by little. You are now getting back into the social life of this world. Don't start withdraw again just because your friends drink liquor. You know, most people just aren't going to give a fuck. Even alcoholics. Oh, good. More for me. That's what they'll say. That's how you know they're alcoholic. Oh, cool. More for me. More for me. See? All right, I'm going to skip that area. We are careful never to show intolerance or hatred of drinking as an institution. Yeah. Alcohol is no good for you whatsoever. But I'm not going to get on some bandwagon. Or you drinking? You drinking? There's nothing worse than an ex-smoker. Oh, that stinks. And you know what? I was trying to be nice. Yeah, I'm the kind of person where, like, even when they're like, you need to smoke over there. I'll go clear the fuck away. I'll go stand in the middle of the field because I don't think that my smoking should bother other fucking people. I've always felt that way. And I say that because when my mom smoked, it always went in my face. I'm like, Mom, she's like, smoke follows beauty. I'm like, no, you're giving me cancer. Let me do that all on my own. Thank you. Let me fix the probably not happening for you, but it is for me. It's all blurry. There we go. I asked this one guy, I think he's in the Netherlands. And he's on Instagram and he had done a live or something, but the guy's got it, right? He'd be a good speaker. So I reached out to him. He's like, where are you at? And I'm like, well, I'm in Denver, Colorado. It's 4:00 here. What time is it? He's like, that'd be an expensive trip. Right. So I wrote him back. I'm like, no, you don't need to come here. I do all my stuff online. Experience shows that such an attitude is not helpful to anyone. Every new alcoholic looks for the spirit among us and is immensely relieved when he finds out we are not witch burners. Yeah. See, if I hate alcohol and a newcomer comes out, I'm like, I fucking hate alcohol, dude. That means I'm saying I hate you. That's what I'm saying. That's how they're going to take it. And they're not going to want to listen to it. Then I'm not helpful at all. A spirit of intolerance might repel alcoholics whose lives could have been saved. See, we have a lot of fun here. We do. We like to have it. Well, not all the time. The other day, I was just like, fuck yeah. Right? But when it comes down to it, there's a deadly earnestness here in what we do. I take the program very, very seriously. And if I see in a meeting fucking around with it, I'm probably going to say something. Maybe. Might talk to my sponsor about it first. I like this. I'm going to just read. I'm going to restate the whole sentence because it's right. A spirit of intolerance might repel alcoholic whose lives could have been saved had it not been for such stupidity. Yes, stupidity. And now I look out there. There's a lot of stupidity going on in recovery. A lot of it. Yeah. I feel bad for somebody trying to navigate recovery right now. They may not ever find AA because of certain things, you know. or find a group that will actually help them, that doesn't want something from them. I'll put it that way, because AA is not the only way, right? That would be pretty intolerant, wouldn't it? So, yeah, we would not even do the cause of temperate drinking any good, for not one drinker in 1,000 likes to be told anything about alcohol by one who hates it. Someday we hope that Alcoholics Anonymous will help the public to better realization of the gravity of the alcoholic problem, but we shall be of little use if our attitude is one of bitterness or hostility. Drinkers will not stand for it. After all, our problems were of our own making. Bottles were only a symbol. Besides, we have stopped fighting anybody or anything. We have to. Yeah. Thank you, God. Amber, you weren't here when I made the announcement, but the plain English big book is now out. So that's all I'm gonna say. Besides, buy a dictionary. You already know how I feel on it, so but I just figured I'd let you know in case you want to get it, because other people don't feel the same way I do, and that's okay too. That's okay too. But I tell you now, the first time you bring it up in a fucking AA meeting, I'm gonna nail you to the fucking wall. I'm kidding. Kind of. Let me rephrase it. I will want to, but then eventually I'll get used to it, just like everything else. Shit changes, man. The thing is, did you get to vote on it? I don't remember the vote, and we were all supposed to vote on it. So what does that tell you? What does that tell you? Okay. When a group does not have a GSR and the GSR does not go to the GSR meetings, your group does not vote. That's why it's important to have a GSR. Yep. That's why. Because, in Colorado, it's like finding a GSR that will actually go to the fucking meetings is like a godsend anymore. I don't get it. I did my GSR work. See, if I go take up all this service work, then there won't be left. I can't do it all. Right? Right, Amber, you were just telling me. Thank you. Thank you. I kind of figured you were that way also, but I don't want to cut down my friends, Yeah. This is I'll just tell you what I think. And of course it's opinion only. But with my experience and my education, I would have to say this is codependency. This is called appeasement. You just took away half the work. Okay. Don't make the program easier. That is not, it's not gonna work. So now the question is, will the plain English big book help more people? I don't know. Will it actually help them? Or did you just make the big book a self-help book? Because that ain't going to work either. It just feels like appeasement. It feels like safe consumption sites to me. That's what it feels like. It feels like the government interfered. That's what it feels like. Yeah. My intuition is like, no, 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 no. No, no, no. All right. Well, I've done everything that I'm going to do today as far as all this goes. I got Tradition 6 out. We're halfway through the traditions. Amber, I would like to pick another topic and have you back on. That's what I'm going to start doing with podcasting now. Is I'm just going to start bringing people on, just whether it's story or not. Clearly, podcasting is what I need to be doing as far as I go. That will help build the app. Okay. We've already got a $10 donation. Like $90 more away from the app. So, all right. Thank you, everybody, for being here. I appreciate it. I love you. Peace out. And have